Even and odd numbers. A discussion of the properties of even and odd numbers and how you can tell, at a glance, whether a number is even or odd. Even numbers are numbers which can be divided exactly by 2, leaving no remainder. For example, 8. 2 goes into 8 4 times, with no remainder. As a practical example, if you're sharing Smarties with a friend and have 8 Smarties, there they are, you'll receive 4 each. 4 for one person and 4 for the other. If you count up in 2s, starting at 2, all the numbers will be even. That is, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and so on. These are also called the multiples of 2, and a later section will cover multiples. All even numbers, however large, end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. This means that you can recognise even numbers by their endings. For example, 352, 96, 2104, 18, 700. Incidentally, even numbers of houses in a street tend to be all on one side, but this is not always the case. If you shade all the even numbers on a 10 by 10 grid, you'll see a very clear pattern emerging. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Odd numbers are all the other numbers, the numbers in the gaps between even numbers. Odd numbers all end in either 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. So you can recognise odd numbers by their endings too, and know that 2 will not divide into them exactly. Examples of odd numbers are 27, 409, 35, 2063, 81. When you divide an odd number by 2, there is always 1 left over, always a remainder of 1. Here's an example: 385 divided by 2. And the answer is 192, remainder 1. Another way of thinking of even numbers is that they all make pairs. With odd numbers, there is always an extra one left over. 3 facts worth remembering about adding even and odd numbers, and it doesn't matter which order you add them in, are as follows. If you add together 2 even numbers, you always get an even number. For example, 2 plus 4 equals 6, or 8 plus 26 is 34. If you add together 2 odd numbers, you always get an even number. So 3 plus 5 equals 8, or 11 plus 35 equals 46. If you add together an even number and an odd number, you always get an odd number. So 4, which is even, plus 5, which is odd, equals 9, which is odd. Or, with larger numbers, 32, which is even, plus 11, which is odd, equals 43, which is odd.